And hello to all my Scorpio friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for August 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a storyline spread. It's how we're going to set it up, but it's actually going to be in the context of a health spread. Very specific corner. They want to focus on health. Like I said, we're going to set it up in that storyline format, which casts a very wide net across all the different Scorpios. We're talking about a bunch of different stories here. Sometimes it's 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 if they're very chatty, about different Scorpios going through different health things. Little things they want to point out. Now, a health scrub or a health spread may not sound like the most interesting thing in the world, but a lot of times I've found that that is the most interesting kind of setup that I've done. They're very, very fascinating. They've asked that I conclude your reading also at the end there with a chakra scrub. So we're going from physical health to spiritual health all in the same August here. So there's some things in here that they want you to focus on. Going back to the storyline here, you know, there may be multiple stories that resonate with you. I've had people tell me that, and that's okay if it does. But at the end of the day, it's all about finding that one story that is just a home run for you, and there will be one in here. So let's get started. We'll waste no more time. Oh, gotta also tell you about the rune stones. We're gonna do a rune stone to encapsulate, kind of cap off the rest of your reading, tie it all together very nicely. I already talked about the chakra scrub. Got to tell you about this wonderful display also. So we got a lot to talk about, Scorpio. Let's get started. Cards are shuffled. They're ready to go. Bringing you in right here, right now, so you can watch. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're ready to have a great August. And we are on and recording. So what I'm doing right now, guys, these are my ritual cuts. Basically, I cut each deck into 3 pieces and put them back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot, and it's the same procedure for personal private readings. So it's just like you're here with me now. And there we go, and we're ready to run it. Now, since we're doing a storyline setup, even though it's about health, we start that with 5 cards. So here are your base 5. We're using what I call my bird deck too, so this can be very interesting indeed, because the bird deck is very philosophical, a lot of deep messages in here. So let's see what we got here. Blockages are okay for now. We got some facing going that way, facing going this way. Okay, so we're looking at 3 stories, guys. Pretty simple for health, at least the way it starts. Let's get some more information before I get into the discards. This is a person, and this one's not. Scoot this over. I will move the camera around so you guys can see everything. I do like to share my screen with you. Okay. I'm going to get one more here. Okay. Over here. One more there. This is going to be a discard just to make sure that that's a person or not, and it's not, so it's good to be left alone. And then down here, we've got a big theme, big story going on here in regards to health. Let's see what's going on here. And that'll wrap up that. Okay, so now it's just a matter of getting the Oracle Angel cards on there and then letting you see it. We're ready to go. Angel here. Angel here. And Angel here. Okay, guys, I think that'll do it. Do it. So you can see that bottom one, nice and clear. Right there, that's all one story. When we come up here, that's going to be a smaller one. There we go. And the big one right here under my hand. Do I got the lower part? All right, we're good. Let's get to work, guys. Lots to talk about, lots to do. Had to make sure I recorded that. I thought for a second there that it never recorded from the beginning the first time I hit it, but I hit it, so we're good. We're ready to go, guys. All right, so let's start over here on my far right here with story number 1. Story number 1. It's going to be a pretty large one, a lot of moving parts. There is, you know, I just noticed that this is a little bit more blocked than I liked over here on story 3, and they do want it upright. Okay. So I need to fix that, adjust that real quick here for you guys. Everything needs to stay the same order, though. It's pretty much the same thing you saw. It's just all upright there on my left, that far left. Okay, so story number 1, guys. In regards to health, they're talking about you really need to take authority here. That's where we start with some of my Scorpios that really got to step up here in the health department. Not taking great authority has been what has occurred. That's where we start. Now, things are getting choppy. So it's time to get authoritative with this. You're going to know probably right away if this is you or not. Do you got something with health that you need to step up and take care of right away, something that you've neglected, something that is getting a little rough here that you want to take care of, more than likely this is you here. They're letting you know that this is affecting your health. I have sickness coming in next, also down here with the choppiness. So this is like chaos, war, it's challenges, hard stuff going on along with sicknesses. So this is a health battle, for lack of a better word indeed. So this is something that you guys got to really step up with. They're bringing in a couple good messages with it. This is your key. This is your way out. Of course, this is not for everybody. We got 2 more stories to go, guys. So if this is not you, just bear with me. Good time to remind you, too, that this is a general reading. If you're looking for messages that are personal, private, and specific only to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. They bring in here growth. This is growth in regards to health. So this can move in a better direction. I actually feel like some of you may have already started and begun this process because they show that this is starting to move in a better direction. They show that you hold the key here. So whether you've already started this or whether you need to start it, you hold the key. You know that all you have to do is use it. Use the key. Let's get moving. Let's get some growth in your health, improve your health. So I know that so far this is a very kind of general description of what's going on here, but at the same time, maybe that's by design. Maybe they want it that way. They're the ones that did the card work here, not me. So they probably want a lot of the people to attach to this if you have anything going on at all. There are messages here that you hold the key. Another one here, we have clear audience coming in. So that's basically saying notice the loving guidance inside your mind, what other people tell you. So it's things that you hear is what's coming up here. So this can be spiritual, where you're actually hearing things like in your dream state or just throughout your day. Sometimes I pay attention to lyrics, song lyrics when I'm out and about. I listen to stuff like that, pay attention to certain words and lyric sets. Because spirit works in mysterious ways, there is no doubt about that. But this can also be very physical. So this can they could just be pointing to your ear for attention to your ear area. That could be part of the health issue here in story 1. Or they could be saying, hey, listen to your doctor's advice. Hey, listen to your friend that told you something about this, that said, oh, I had a friend that went through that or had those symptoms and they did this. Okay, so it's you hearing things from other people, maybe ways out or maybe ways that you can improve this situation. And these are things that you may not have ever heard any other way in August if your ears were not open to it. So be open to suggestions and be open to your mind's ear as well. So as we move into story number 2, guys. Story number 2, we bring in very fast change. I have my fastest card in the deck. This is fast traveling news. They're letting me know that you guys are starting to figure this out. I have spiritual understanding, so that's letting me know this is more of a spiritual story, if you will. And we are doing the Chakra Scrub at the end of your reading, so we're going to go over all of your chakras here, but they're letting me know that this can change very quickly for you. So is that good or bad? I actually think it's good. I have a love message coming in right behind that. So that's letting you know a couple different things. This could be about somebody that you love. This could be just like love coming to you later, and that actually improves your morale. It improves your emotional health, your mental health, kind of the whole gambit, right? So there is a deeper level to what's going on here, and we're going to probably understand this a little bit more when we do your chakras. It's probably why they wanted the Chakra Scrub. And since I have spiritual understanding here, I'm going to show you this. This is like my Doctor Strange guy moving stuff around behind the scenes and, getting you to understand certain things, what's going on. And so this is basically like, they're working behind the scenes here with you to help you get to where you need to be here. And even if this is spiritual health, it's going to be addressed very soon here next with the Chakra Scrub. So very important there. Before we move into story 3, I do got to give you guys the moon cycle forecast. I like to give you guys that every single month so you know what is coming and you're prepared. First thing that hits in August is the full moon. That hits on August 11th. That is the garbage truck of the universe. That's what I call it. It's the best time to get anything out to the street, get it out of your life, push it out, get rid of it, throw it away. Okay, so this could be physical stuff. If you have to go through a room, a garage, a closet, get rid of stuff. Sell stuff, repurpose stuff, finish old projects. Could be emotional baggage you got to get rid of. Could actually be people. Some of you have to get rid of people that are just not really good for you. Okay, and this could be anything. This could be a job that you got to get rid of. Just you name it. If it's get rid of it energy, it's full moon energy, and that hits on August 11th. It doesn't mean you have to do this stuff on the 11th, but anytime toward the early to mid-month is ideal for getting that stuff to stick. Much easier to go with the current than go against it, and that's what the moon cycles are. Now, talking about the full moon, next we move into the new moon, which hits at the end of August. That hits on August 27. So that is the very end of the month. That's what I want you to focus on if you're bringing anything new into your life that's not there before. So if you're starting a new diet, you're starting a new, we already talked about some health stuff here, of going through some health battles here in story 1, understanding spiritual health here in story 2. So this could even be like, story 2 could be like, there's some yoga attachments there. That's a deeper level of spiritual, kind of between the worlds. And then, just anything that new that you're trying to bring into your life. It doesn't matter. It could have nothing to do with health. Of course, we're talking about health in a health reading, but this could be bringing in new love. If you're trying to attract a partner, you're trying to do something new with work, you're trying to do something new with money. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's brand new, best time to implement that change is the end of August, guys. So please focus on that. It doesn't mean you couldn't do it early in the month, but it just means it's more ideal. The flow will work for you much better. If any of this has confused you at all, or you just like a graphic aid to kind of help you better understand it, I have put together a little graphic. It is on my website and it is free. It is the Moon Cycle Cheat Sheet. You can find it under my videos page all the way to the bottom there on that page. That's where it is parked because I didn't know where else to put it. So check that out there. Shows you a little graphic tool that'll just help you figure out where to place certain things in your life to get the timing right, because the moon cycles are a wonderful kind of flow that, like I said, it's much easier to go with it than against it. And manifesting, bringing things into your life, it's like magic. At the end of the month is when it hits, this month in August. So let's move on to, actually, before I hit story 3, while you're on the website, there's no reason to not talk about this while you're there. I got to also tell you about this wonderful display. While you're at the website, couple things. Newsletter program. Make sure you're signed up for that. I give my newsletter people a couple free readings every single year just for being signed up for the newsletter program. It's a no-brainer. I only send one newsletter email a month. It's just for updates, promotion codes, save you guys some money on readings and my great products. Speaking of products, that's the next part of the display here. Also, follow the Facebook page. I give giveaways on there too. Lots of fun stuff always going on, always doing new things. Speaking of new things and new products. Okay, guys, it's time to talk about this wonderful display here. You can probably guess, but this is Scott Sagent Sage Soap. This is the very first product in my merchandise line, my first physical product, that is. Now, it's 1A here in spirituality, so it's fitting that this is the very first product I'm releasing because I believe in it. Let me tell you about it because, like I said, it's 1A in spirituality. The first thing that you need to do before you divine at all is be clean. Wash your hands. I wash my hands with sage soap every time before I even touch a single tarot card. So sage has spiritual benefits, which most people are very familiar with, which is like clearing and cleansing of energies. You know, you're around a lot of people, a lot of energies all day. Your aura bumps into theirs, and there are, energy vampires out there, and all this stuff attaches to you. So sage helps clear that, just like smudging sage does in the air and in your house and so forth. So this does the same thing, getting that attachment off of you here, at least in your hands. You can use this at any part of your body, really. There are a lot of physical benefits to sage that people aren't necessarily aware of. One of them is that it's really regenerative for your skin cells. Your skin cells actually can regenerate, become healthier, which basically makes you look younger. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? So there's also emotional benefits. It's known to be very emotionally calming, very soothing, and it kind of just helps with the balancing of the emotional stressors of life. I have commissioned 2 different sage soap products here for my wonderful people. The first one here, this bottom one, is Sanctuary Sage. It actually looks very much the same color as your smudging sage. If you look at that, very similar. Now this Sanctuary Sage soap is a little more herbal. It is a more powerful blend than the other one that I'll discuss in a minute. This one is very strong, very potent aroma. You cannot miss it. Some people like that. Other people like more milder versions of that. And that's what this other one comes in here. This is my cactus sage. And this is kind of more of an aloe blend. That's why we go with the cactus with that. So it's smoother, it's more mild, it's not as potent. What I love the most about this soap is that, first of all, it's very lathery. I've had a lot of soaps that I've used that just barely get on your hands. It's just like, it's what's it even doing, right? Well, this makes a nice little lather so you know you're getting clean. And then when you go to rinse it off, it gets off. I've also used soap that is just so oily that you're just rubbing forever underwater. Like, will this ever come off me? What is this? What's going on here? Get off, Well, this doesn't do that at all. It gets right off. So it's nice, soapy, lathery, gets you clean, and then gets out of the way. And it leaves your skin feeling a little tacky. It's perfect for me because when I grab tarot cards, I don't want to be slipping around trying to grab different cards, and I want to be able to grab what I touch. So it kind of like, I don't know if the word exfoliates is the right word, but it really does something to the pads of your fingers, and you can really grip very well. It kind of accentuates that. Let's talk about what comes with it. First of all, you get what I do not have pictured here, I don't have it laying around, is the pad that it sits on. It's kind of like similar to Brillo pad material. It's just a simple little base for it to sit on, so you don't have to leave it on your counter, get it stuck to the bathroom ledge or anything like that. It just creates a little medium, a little buffer between where you have it sit, so it can also dry out, and that you can grab it without it sticking to your counter. Always annoying to have that kind of an issue. So it's going to come with that. It's also coming in this wonderful package with the merchandising. You got the Scott Sagent logo on there as well, and this is made out of 100% recyclable paper products, so it's good for the environment. This is going to ship to you for free in the month of August. I can't promise that always, but I can promise it this month at this introductory offer. So it will ship free to you. Also makes a wonderful gift. So sage soap, two different kinds. We have the cactus, we have the sanctuary. You're going to enjoy either one. There is no wrong choice. So check that out on the website today. Okay, so let's move on to story 3. Story 3 is all the way over here. I start with a lot of people. A lot of people coming in here on story 3. There's a lot of moving parts for sure. I start with, which way did I put that? First card was a queen. Okay, so I have a woman here. Now this may be you, this may be somebody else, this may be another woman. But we have a woman coming up, and I have a younger person, so that could be attached to the woman. This could be you, if you're younger than the woman they're talking about. Really hard to hit people in a general reading. I kind of don't like it when they do that to me because it's so hard to be accurate. At least in a private reading, I can ask you about who these people are coming up. Like, why are they talking about a woman here in your health corner? Why are they talking about a person younger than her? Let's figure out who these people are and stuff like that. Can't do that in a general, so it's up to you to put the context together here, make it make sense for you here. So I start with a woman. And then I bring in a younger person here too. And if it's not another younger person, this could very also be about taking mental action here. So it's deciding up here. And you could even be the woman. I mean, let's start there. If you are the woman though, let me describe her a little bit for you, because they did do me the luxury of giving me a good description of her. This is a woman here who likes to fix things. This is my Queen of Wands, and in this deck specifically, I'm going to show you this picture too, just to be thorough. She is sewing back together a crow that has drowned. Can't do that, it doesn't work. So this is a fixer, this is a rescuer, this is somebody who just, does things way too long, holds on to old ideas way too long. And in regards to health, this could be you or a woman, like I said. So figuring out who they're talking about first is important. Now that's important to remember, because if that's you, it doesn't really matter who it is, because the advice that comes behind it is the same. And that is that you can't fix everything. Some things are just not worth fixing. And there's some things here, obviously, we're moving into kind of a king energy next. So this is authoritative decision making, but it's also could be male, masculine energy. They didn't really pinpoint it and nail that down like I kind of wished they would have if they wanted me to go that way. So I'm sticking more with the mental kind of energy definitions here of my other people. I have taking action up here and being authoritative. Also up here I have double swords. That swords is a suit of air, and air is mental. So it's basically making up your decision and acting on this decision. It doesn't mean that you have to actually like pull the trigger with this here, but they want mental action to go on, because what they show is authority to get over heartbreak. Okay, so some of you have been hanging on to some stuff too long, and it's affecting your health in maybe ways that you don't understand. Maybe this was a bad breakup, a relationship, somebody did you really rotten, really wrong here in story 3, but it is a kind of a weird heartbreak. It's not kind of your typical one in this deck. This is kind of a little bit bizarre, and it's still kind of attached to you. Like I said, even if it's old, it's coming through into your August. Not sure why, but it's something that they want you to address and at least bring up that this is still affecting your health. Okay, they do bring in prosperity next with your angel card. So it's saying that, everything is being provided to you. Intuition's on point. I think they're really kind of confused. It feels like confusion to me, because that is a very wonderful thing to see, where the rest of it was a lot more convoluted, a little mysterious and weird going on here. So they're a little kind of weirded out by, why is this still a thing? Why is this still affecting some of my Scorpio's health here in story 3? What's it going to take to get them over the hump here? What's it going to take so they don't do that anymore and worry about this person anymore, or let this person keep coming back, or fill in the blank, whatever this is, whatever this attachment is. It's for a lot of you, it's up here. So it may not even be real. This could be, something that you think is going on that's actually not, and you're just beating yourself up over it, and it's really affecting your mental health. Okay, so stressors, anxieties. It's a reminder too that not everything is real. Some of this stuff may be illusionary. If it's illusionary, don't waste your energy on it. That's the good news, because what's that going to do? What's it going to change? It's going to change nothing. So save your energy towards things that matter, things that you can change, things that you can affect. So very interesting way to wrap that up there. Let's get into the rune stone before I do your chakra scrub, because I want to be able to see these cards as I do this. Make sure I got them all. Okay. Got my whole table kind of full of cards here. And it wasn't even that big of a spread, interestingly enough. So give them a little swirl. Move them around, and then do my big little last major mix-up. So here we go with August Runestone. Show you this guy right here. This runestone right here is for breakthrough. Breakthrough. They want you to get through that last little veil, that last little piece, break that finish line rope. I have breakthrough right here, a few other places on the board. Breakthrough, guys. So they want you to get through this. It feels like story 3. Get to that point, get over this heartbreak so that your health can improve. It's lagging on you. It's like leeching onto you like a parasite. You got to break through. You got to break it off, whatever it is here. We have breakthrough in story 1 too, with you holding the key to your success here with health. Breakthrough. You just gotta, you're close, and there's just a little bit of something in the way, and you just gotta chop it out. You just gotta finish. You gotta see it through. So that is breakthrough. Very good runestone there to wrap up August. Now let's get into your chakra scrub. I do need to break away so I can shuffle real quick. I did use I want to be able to use all these cards in case they want to repeat messages. So I will be right back. Okay, Scorpio, I am back. I've reshuffled the cards, doing the ritual cuts one more time into thirds back together. And here we go with your chakra scrub. Now I'm going to read this. I'm going to lay it out top to bottom. That's how I do it, 1 through 7. I may read it in a different order depending on what comes up. But here we go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Blockages are good. Distribution good there. Just need a couple angel cards, actually. Actually, just 1. Okay, nice and easy. Let's start at the bottom then in this case, because we're going to work our way to the top, spend time there. Okay, so at the very, very bottom here, this is your root chakra. This is theft and loss and deceit. So got to get over some stuff that is coming through physically here. Now, we did talk about that in the health scrub, so no surprise that your red is coming up like this. There is a hit here in your red. So you can get over this by wearing red. Red gemstones, red jewelry, red clothing, attire, as above, so below. And meditations with the root chakra, okay? So we have like a deceitful element there. Some of you may have been like cheated on, or like I go back to story 3. It's what it feels like the most. So there is like something that is leeching on that just needs to go, and that's coming through the root. That is your connection between physical and spiritual, okay? So we need to work on that for sure. Moving on up into your orange center here, this is your emotional center, and they show you're kind of at a point here where this can go a lot of different ways emotionally for you. You're kind of perched, so emotionally you're actually pretty stable right now, but which way are you going to take this? It's going in a lot of different directions. And chakra, it to a point, it does kind of like expunge out. It does kind of like fan out. But we don't want it going like, all over the place like a crazy person, okay? So that's the emotional aspect of it. It may be time. I don't really view it as a problem, but you may want to reel back the emotions just a little bit in the month of August. Next up is your yellow. This is your willpower. This is cyclical stuff, learning from lessons, coming back up in your willpower. Willing yourself to do things. There's going to be lessons that are coming up that, things that you don't really want to do. That's what happens when the willpower is showing this is, there's some things that you got to take care of and make yourself do that you don't necessarily want to. Okay. So that's coming in for yellow. That makes me feel like that first story there when they talked about taking great authority with your health. And this is the time, you got to get this on track right now. Well, that's willpower. That's cycles. It's learning from your past. Remember what works for you. Do what works for you. Get rid of what does not. If you're going to do an exercise program, what works best for you. You know what makes you tick, what you can stick with, what you can't stick with, all important stuff. Willpower there. As we move up into heart, I have getting over injury in the heart. So again, that just leaks right through to story 3. Right through. Getting over the abuses of the heart chakra. It's basically what is happening is there's a love corner issue for some of my Scorpios that is affecting your physical health. And since it's affecting your physical health, it's also affecting your spiritual health because as above, so below. So it's kind of the whole thing. So this needs to be addressed for a lot of you. Okay, it's not everybody, of course not, but it is for some people. I really want you guys to focus on heart chakra here. You can do that with the color green. Wearing the color green gemstones, meditation on the color green. Moving on up from there, we move into the throat. We have kind of blocked new love. So there is some of you guys need to voice your opinion here a little bit to improve your love corner. Okay, so this is saying you haven't really been speaking up, or, some of you may be hearing things or need to be listening to things. We have it coming in blocked. So it's just, there's something in the way. It's not really a good communication right now. And it's affecting your love corner. We obviously don't want that. We want better communication. So just something to consider. I do have a meditation on the throat chakra. I don't think you guys need it tremendously, but if that is something that you are looking to improve upon with communication, you can do that meditation. That is on my website, scottsagent.com, under meditations. And that's only chakra one that I have done at this moment. Eventually it's going to be all of the chakra series. As we move up from there, here is your big one. This is the third eye. They talk about temperance, which basically means patience. You guys need to be patient with your meditations as well. This is your meditation center in your third eye. Also, your deep lucid dreams and stuff like that. They talk about take back your power. So basically they're saying they want you to use this muscle. Use this spiritual muscle, flex it, do it more often. You're not going to be good at anything when you do it just once or if you don't do it frequently. Okay, so take back your power, use it, you have it, manifest the blessings in your life that you're trying to do. Third eye, huge deal. Okay, I view it as a good thing. They show, you being yourself and being patient. That's a good thing for Scorpios. Sometimes Scorpios can be impatient. They don't show you that. They actually show you being quite good, where you could be ripping people's off with this, but you're not. So that's good. So just keep trying. You're going to break through. We go back to breakthrough, the runestone. And then ending at your crown chakra here, a lot of you are a little confused. So the moon cycles can help the crown chakra kind of wrap things up here. That goes back to the website, the moon cycle cheat sheet, all that kind of stuff. I don't feel like it's bad. I just feel like it's confused. It's confused about timing of certain events. And that's what the crown chakra does. And the moon cycles, this is the higher dimensional stuff, the solar, the lunar, higher dimensions, the solar radiation out in space. All those energies kind of come in here. And they just show you kind of looking up, wondering what to do with it. Well, I told you what to do with it. You know, the moon cycles are a great way to harness the crown chakra energy here. And that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. Thank you so much. I know it was a big reading. Have a great August.